What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Sonic Mania. That's right, this is the final zone, Titanic Monarch. And despite having a really cool name, well, this level, to be frank, this level sucks. I just do not like Titanic Monarch at all. It's got a very maze and labyrinth-like feel to it, so it's probably the most Sonic CD style level outside of the Sonic CD remix zones that they put in this game. Not only that, but like the whole gravity sphere thing that we just used to reach this upper area, it goes from being a really cool gimmick to, wow, can you please stop using this over the course of like these next two acts. It's cool right now, but trust me, they really overuse it. It's not all that bad though, because the normal boss of Titanic Monarch is probably the best boss in this game. The Supersonic boss, on the other hand, well, it's a tad disappointing, but you know, we'll worry about that once we actually get to it. One thing I will say about Titanic Monarch, be very aware of where you're going, because at some point you can actually loop around back towards an earlier section in the stage if you go the wrong way down a branching path. So you're gonna want to make sure you know exactly where you're going in this stage, otherwise you'll just waste a ton of time. And like, here's the thing too, if you don't know what to look for, it becomes very easy to accidentally repeat part of the stage, since already this stage has a lot of areas that look very similar. So you could go back to a part that you've already done and be like, oh well, I mean, it seems familiar, but so does every other part of this stage, so I guess it must be new, and then you'll just waste like 5 minutes going back through a part of the stage that you already did. Like, I guess the only dead giveaway would be that some of the rings would be collected and others wouldn't, but other than that, yeah, it can be pretty hard to realize if you've already gone through part of the stage or not. We're actually doing really good on rings, which is awesome, because I kind of do want to turn into Supersonic before we get to the boss of this stage. So let's just do it now, and hopefully we can keep our rings before the end of the stage. What is nice about being Supersonic in this stage is, although you're probably not going to move all that quickly through here because there's a lot of like bumpers and other platforming that is going to slow you down, what's nice is you don't need to worry about the off-screen enemies or spikes that are pretty much everywhere. There is one area where you can get crushed. In fact, yeah, it's this area right here. So let's just take it slow through this section and try not to get crushed between like this moving platform and the spikes. But there we go. Now that we're through there, we're pretty much as safe as we can be. There is some platforming, like I said, so that's gonna be the only other thing that can really slow us down. Rings can actually be pretty hard to come by in these stages as well. Like, they don't give you as many as in other stages, because obviously they want it to be a little bit harder. So I'm a little worried about our ring count, but I think we're close enough to the boss that we should be fine, as long as I don't like make any major mistakes and repeat any parts of the level. So let's be very careful not to do that. Over here, by the way, make sure you stand on the right side. This is a really mean trap because that thing will fall into a pit of spikes. You need to be on the right side, otherwise you'll always fall into the spikes. And it's weird because like every other version of that like tilting platform thing, you always want to be like on the end, I guess. And ooh, can I get that ring box? Because that would be great. I'm really surprised we've actually kept like 100 rings, so it's pretty dang good. And I think we did go the correct path because this is all a new part of the level. So yeah, we're good, man. We're good. This part's actually pretty cool because you need to like bounce back and forth off those bumpers and sort of reach different gravity spheres or use the bumpers or the I don't know what you would call them, like the back and forth wall things, like the poles. So you need to use those to like sort of continually climb upwards. I don't know, I think it's a cool part of the level, even though it can be kind of difficult. And alright, I did not mean to grab that, but I'll take the extra life, thank you very much. And can I please just go up? That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. Alright, and with that, I think, yeah, we've made it to the boss of Act 1. So being Supersonic here means we can destroy this thing without any trouble whatsoever, because those like rotating spheres, those would hurt you, and then on top of that they launch out little tiny projectiles that would hurt you as well. And this thing also shoots bullets that would hurt you, but since we're supersonic, what? How in the world did I take damage there? Hello? Oh, you know what happened? Because after you defeat a boss, you instantly turn back into normal Sonic, and that projectile was still in the air, so it hit me after I beat the boss. That was the dumbest thing ever, dude. I can't believe that actually happened, but whatever. At least we got to use Supersonic to completely destroy that boss, and now, well, we're starting Act 2. Act 2 of Titanic Monarch is a bit of a doozy. It's got a weird mechanic to it, and I'll sort of explain to the best of my ability once we get to that main area. There's a little bit of level we need to take care of prior, but once we get to the main area, well, let's just say you'll know when you reach the main area. Anyways, let's avoid this attack. Normally, you don't even need to worry about that because you'll be going so quick that it'll never fully lock onto you. Anyways, though, yeah, right up through this portal is the main part of the level. So here's the deal. There are 4 different pathways, top right and left and bottom right and left. They lead to 4 different stages, if you will, more or less. And your goal is to just go through all 4 of those stages and return back to the main area. After you finish one section, that pathway will lock off, and then, you know, you have to repeat the remaining sections, and after you do, a portal in the center will open up and take you directly to the final boss. It's kind of weird, but it's time consuming, and I think that's like the main concern for this level, because to be totally honest, like the stages themselves aren't exactly too hard. There is some tricky platforming in one of the sections they have to go through, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward in terms of levels. But you can sort of get stuck in a few areas and end up repeating parts of the levels if you're not careful. And because this game does have a timer, if it reaches 9 minutes and 59 seconds and like 59 milliseconds, when it ticks over to 10 minutes, you die. You just straight up die. That is called a timeout, and you'll have to restart from, I think, the previous checkpoint. So if anything, that's going to be your main concern. You just want to make sure you go through here as quickly and efficiently as you possibly can. No matter what, though, you'll probably end up taking like 6 or 7 minutes just to get through here. And oh no, I did not mean to turn into Supersonic there. I wanted to hold off on doing that until like the final pathway, or even just wait until the boss of this act. Ah, crud, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, now I gotta try and like do the remaining pathways as fast as I possibly can, because I would like to keep Supersonic, although, oh no, this is the one with all the platforming. Oh, this is not going to be fun now. Supersonic's going to make this a lot harder than it needs to be. Oh, hey, we got the checkpoint. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be, like, really annoying to watch, I know, but using Supersonic in this section is, like, basically impossible. He moves way too quick, dude. Alright, these platforms need to stop rotating because I need to land on them. There we go. Alright, am I good now? Probably not, but can I please just get up there? Thank you. I just gotta make sure I don't accidentally reset my position again, but I think we're good, actually. I need to tilt this the other way. Thank goodness that thing can't hurt me since I'm invincible. I lost so many rings trying to get through that section, man. We lost like half of them because I was at like 80 and now I only have 40 left. I think I need to go this way, and I'm not gonna bother with that invincibility. I really don't care. I thought there was maybe a ring capsule down there, but I guess not. The only thing I really need to worry about now is getting squished. I think there is a section in the last trial room where you can get squished between platforms that are moving up and down, but other than that, I think I should be okay. Is there anything over here that I need to get? Actually, I don't think there's anything over here at all. Well, never mind. Get me out of here, please. I'm losing all my rings. No. This is not good. Alright, please, Sonic. Just jump over the spikes, please. Oh my gosh. Alright, fine. I'll freaking just run up there again. We're not gonna keep Supersonic, are we, guys? There's, like, literally no way we end up keeping this because, yeah, our ring count is so low right now. It's just, it's not going to happen. And, oh, man, I still have 2 trials left. I actually thought I only had 1. Well, that kind of stinks, but maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to, get enough rings to transform into Supersonic again. Also, I guess on the plus side, now I don't need to worry about getting crushed. Never mind! Apparently I do still need to worry about getting crushed. That was just really bad timing. Yeah, these platforms can be kind of tricky. So, if you stand too close to, like, the edges, you'll get crushed. If you move too slowly, moving between them, you'll get crushed. So, yeah, just be careful. Getting crushed is one of the worst ways to die in this game because it just feels so unfair sometimes that, I hate it. And I kind of wish, the game was a little more lenient with their squish deaths, but, oh well, whatever. I don't think this trial stage is really all that long, so I think really all we have to do is keep making our way up through these weird gravity spheres, and we're pretty much done. We got 30 rings too, which is not bad. Yeah, I think this is actually where the stage ends. Holy crud, that was a lot easier than I remember it being. Well, in that case, only 1 trial left, and we're doing actually pretty good on rings. Never mind. Why did I have to open my mouth, guys? Seriously, if I just said nothing, we probably would have been fine. We were so close to 50 rings. I mean, I probably could have got enough to transform into Supersonic and then hopefully kept it that way until the boss. But you know what? Whatever. I don't even need Supersonic for the boss because it's easy enough as it is. So I would just destroy it even quicker than I normally would. Totally. That's just not me making up an excuse because it probably won't happen now, but yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll take it. We're so close, man. We're just 2 rings away. All we need is 2 freaking rings. And don't you dare try and blow me up. Alright, we got it. We can transform into Supersonic anytime. We just gotta make sure we don't lose any more of our rings. You know what? Actually, never mind. I was thinking about transforming here, but problem is, if I do it here, I don't know that I would have enough rings to even survive the final boss. And this is kind of risky. I hope it works. It didn't work. And I lost all my rings. Great! I should have just transformed into Supersonic. I don't know what I was thinking. That was like... that was so risky. That blue ring box back there, by the way, wouldn't have really helped us out. The blue ring boxes only make it easier to keep your rings if you lose them, and looks like I'm not getting that ring capsule either. Alright, you know what? Fine. Whatever. I don't even care. How in the world did that even count as a hit? I don't even care anymore, guys. I don't. You know what? The Supersonic dream is dead. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Let's just go and freaking fight the boss normally. And what did I say, guys? It took me 7 minutes to get through that. I mean, granted, I kind of messed up at the end there, but still, 7 minutes. And now, we're ready to take on the final normal boss, not the Supersonic boss. And this is actually one of the coolest boss fights in the game. So, Eggman's inside this weird... I don't even know what this thing is, but, what you're gonna want to do is pretty much just stay in this corner and wait for him to land on the ground. He charges up. All of those like little things attaching him to the ground are electrified. Wait until those go out, then you can sort of rev into him. And I'm actually kind of in a bad spot here. Oh, jeez, I was trying to avoid having that happen. Yeah, the second time like he does that, he will always shoot missiles at you, so be careful. When he does like the weird hand grabby thing, just jump into the hands immediately. There's like no way you can avoid that. It's part of the fight, so the faster you jump into the hands, the quicker you can move on to like the next attack phase, if you will. Anyways, we're just gonna rinse and repeat, wait for those things to not be electrified, and then rev right into him. If you're lucky, Tails will do the same thing and do like a second hit of damage. To avoid his missiles, yeah, just do something like that where the second he starts locking onto you, you spin across to the other side of the stage, and there we go. We got rid of one of his tentacles, and that makes a huge difference because now we don't need to wait for that thing to stop being electrified to attack him, meaning we can get more hits in per attack phase. Now, every time you jump into one of his hands, it's going to send you off to a different, like, mini boss fight, if you will. The only thing you want to do in these sections is survive, so do not bother trying to attack them whatsoever. If you get hit at like the last second and lose your rings, you can actually teleport back to this phase without being able to recollect any rings. So it's very, very dangerous if you try to fight them. And holy crud, yeah, we got 4 hits in on one attack phase because he decided to stand close to the edge there. So that's why taking out those bottom tentacles makes it a lot easier. And I just realized I was supposed to jump into him there. When you detach both bottom tentacles, yeah, you do need to sometimes, like, stand underneath him and jump into him in order to land your hits. But there we go, another good, solid 3 hits, and he's doing the missiles again. Whoa, okay, he jumped on top of me there, so not a whole lot I could do. But there we go. Hey, we got his 3rd tentacle down. Only 1 left, and let's just jump right back into the fist and see which mini-boss we got. Alright, this one's actually the most annoying one because I really don't know how you sort of tell which one of those giant bells is going to shoot its laser or not. Haven't been able to figure it out in all the times that I've done this fight. So I guess it's just like luck of the draw. Alright, another hit. Unfortunately, yeah, he was on the opposite side of the screen there, so really wasn't able to get more than 1. But how did I even get hurt there? Whatever. Tails delivered the final hit, so there we go. That's the normal boss. That's all you gotta do. But now, well, we're gonna go directly into the Super Sonic fight, baby. Because we collected all 7 Chaos Emeralds, we still have another fight in front of us. So here's the deal. That guy right there, he's actually the Phantom King, and that mysterious stone is the Phantom Ruby. It's not the Time Stone from Sonic CD. I'm not really exactly sure why he and Eggman are fighting over it, but considering how it has the power to seemingly control time and space, it makes sense that Eggman wants it, I guess. Anyways, the fight consists between both of them. It's us versus them, so it's basically a 1v2, but we're only fighting one of them at any given time. Basically, once you land a hit on either the Phantom King or Eggman, they'll drop the ruby and then the other will come out. So you want to be careful of the Phantom King because, yeah, the electric orbs that he can shoot out, those will instantly cause you to lose 10 rings if they hit you. Eggman, you really don't need to worry about him. Like, nothing he does to you will cause you to lose rings. Now, I want to stress, you need to be very careful not to accidentally press the A button. I've actually already done it once. But when you do that, it'll actually cause Sonic to boost when he's flying. And I believe that eats up either 5 or 10 rings. You don't want to use that, ever. In fact, I'm not even sure why it's a thing that's in this fight, because I've never found any use for it whatsoever. All it does is drain your rings in a fight where rings are pretty important, because if you drain all the way down to 0, you'll obviously lose Supersonic, and the fight will just end there, and you'll lose a life. So maintaining a high ring count is vital if you want to pass this fight. But really, that's all there is to it. Just as long as you can dodge those projectiles and keep running into them when the time is right, you'll come out ahead in this fight. There's really no other strat. I pressed A by accident again. See, the thing is, you have to be flying and press A in order to do that dash thing. When you're on the ground and walking, you need to press A and then A again in order to start flying. So, if you're close to the ground but still flying and you press A, you'll do the dash. It's a very annoying thing that unfortunately happens a lot, and I am taking way too many hits right now. Like, I'm down to 30 rings. That is not good. Also, it's kind of funny how, we're in, like, this messed up area. If you look at the time counter in the upper left, it's just spazzing out right now. It's a pretty nice touch. Otherwise, though, yeah, there's really not a whole lot to this fight. I will say this. I like that the rings, sort of float in towards you, because that was kind of an issue with, like, every other Supersonic fight, was going out of your way to collect rings and, like, miss attack phases was kind of annoying. So I think they struck a good balance here. It's a little bit easier to maintain your ring count as long as, you know, you're not constantly getting hit like I am. Oh, and hey, there we go. We got rid of the Phantom King. Now, all that's left is Eggman himself, which I think with 30 rings, we really have nothing to worry about. Can you stop pushing me away? There you go. Alright, well, we've done it! Holy crud! And yes, that's it for Sonic Mania. So if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Additional funding for this playthrough was provided in part by supporters on Patreon. A special thank you goes out to these individuals.